What's going on, you guys? It is your boy, the American F1 fan, Eric Ringo here, and we are at the end of the 2022 Formula One season, and I thought, since we are going back to Abu Dhabi this weekend, it would only be fitting to look at the race highlights from last year's most controversial and probably in quite some time the most controversial Formula One race, the 2021 Abu Dhabi Grand Prix, and we are going to react to those race highlights here today. So let's get on into this video and let's relive the controversy of the 2021 Abu Dhabi Grand Prix.
We've been waiting for this all season long. The finale, the title decider, under the lights
Lewis
here
Hamilton
in Abu Dhabi.
Max
It's lights down,
Verstappen
away
in
we go.
second.
And Hamilton gets a decent start, and he's already
Hamilton got a really good start here.
There's a bit of jockeying going on between
Really
Senna
good
and
start
Ricciardo.
going into
Hamilton
turn
leads into
one
the
there
first corner. Norris goes wide. Sergio Perez
Lewis
slips through in
there.
the third place. There comes Carlos Sainz, but it's Hamilton out in front. The medium tires
Norris going
working
out
well for him
wide
as his
there to
teammate
start
Valtteri
off.
Bottas challenges the.
Like, Lewis gets an amazing start at the beginning of this race. Like, I mean, you could just tell he was, much more faster than Max. Especially at the very early going.
Into the hairpin we go now. Hamilton leads Bottas.
I
leads
love
Perez,
this
then
new
leads
hairpin,
Norris,
and then
the two
instead of them
Ferraris,
doing
and Sainz and Leclerc.
the
It is a dream
the
start
winding
for
bits
Lewis
that they used to
Hamilton.
do.
Yes, the only good news
The
there for
turn
Red
3,
Bull
4,
is
and
at least
5
Perez is
complex, I
up
think
there,
is what it
but
was.
for the second consecutive weekend, the Red Bull did not get off the line very well.
This three abreast
Max
coming
looking-
into the
oh!
turn 9 hairpin. Oh, no!
That right there, if I remember correctly, I think they call it a racing incident. Max doesn't get penalized for that, but I think, if I remember correctly, we'll go further into the video to see. But
Max Verstappen and Lewis Hamilton
I'm
almost coming
pretty
together.
sure he
Hamilton
doesn't
has
get
to go off the
penalized
track.
for
The
that,
top
which if he
fans
didn't,
roaring in the background.
he
In the
deserved it
background,
there,
Lewis
because
Hamilton
that
in
was
the lead,
just,
but will he have to give
there was no way he was making that
back
corner.
the place?
Yes, of course he will, but the problem he's got is Perez is right on Verstappen's tail.
Yes, he gave that back.
No investigation necessary.
Thank you,
Say
okay.
the stewards.
The door's open, he's gone
Because
through.
here's the thing is that Max pushed him wide. Lewis continued going, so I can see why they didn't give the penalty there, because
but that's not what the stewards
basically Max was at fault
Verstappen
there.
about to make what should be his one and only pit stop of this race. So
God, it's so ridiculous that literally one stop was the way to go for most
Sergio
of last
Perez
season.
will
Like,
stay out
it was sad.
and will go on to take the lead of this race.
There
Neat
goes
stop
there's
by the
Lewis.
Mercedes crew.
Nice pit stop by Lewis, 2.4 seconds.
Hold on, Lewis. I think Perez best to do that.
Lewis will be nervous of the back of
Perez.
the Red Bull, and Perez will have a lunge up the inside. Inevitably, Lewis cuts back underneath him, and that's exactly what we expected to happen. He will now drive past him, give him a cheery little
What
wave.
a great
That was in
move
the bow.
right there
All Perez could
by
do, or was
Lewis.
it?
He stayed
Perez with DRS
patient,
is coming back
and he was
into
able
turn
to
9.
look
Can
at that.
Perez make it into turn 9? He's
I
soaked
forgot
up a bit of
how-
energy from that
how well
battery store,
Sergio was able to
and with
fight
a bit
at
of
this
DRS
point of the
possibly
race.
as well, has blasted.
Such
past
great
Lewis Hamilton,
racing
so he is
by
gonna
both
hold
of
him
these
up
guys
just that
right
little
here.
extra bit. This is a very, very good tussle here. Perez as absolutely
Perez
on
just
the limit, as
parking
fair as he
the
can be.
bus.
Okay, back him up, back him up.
And there it is.
As they make their way around the final two turns, Hamilton's going to try and get Perez into turn 1 and have to go the long way around the outside to do it, and can't quite do it. Perez playing the ultimate team game here for Max Verstappen.
Huh, shock. What weird. Sergio Perez playing the team game. Huh. That's shocking. I wonder.
And this is really frustrating Lewis Hamilton. It's going to be hurting his
Yeah,
tires
this was
a little bit as
such
well.
great driving by Sergio Perez. just being able to block off Lewis
Hamilton and the 133s.
for as long as he did.
Coming down
just
between
absolutely
Verstappen and Hamilton.
fantastic.
You can see him right in the background. Hamilton needs to get past Perez
Max
here.
just
He does get past Perez.
absolutely-
He moves towards the inside. He's going to force Perez the long way round if Perez is going to try and retake that lead of the race. But on
Great
lap
move by
21,
Lewis there to finally
Hamilton
get
does
ahead of
get past
Sergio,
Perez,
though.
but Perez has played the ultimate team game.
Yeah, he
and
really
he's
did.
brought his
I mean,
teammate
backed
back
him
into
up.
play.
And he can give his
8,
teammate
9
a bit of DRS
seconds.
for good measure. So great team play. That's the team play we talked about earlier on. Now he gets clean out of the way.
Oh, Checo is a legend.
Yeah, he is. An absolute legend, Max. Absolute legend. Would be nice if you were to actually repay the favor.
Absolute animal.
Oh no,
Nicholas Latifi, oh my God. This was the fight. And you know what? I'm going to post in the card in the upper right-hand corner. I reimagined this race. At least the last 5 laps of the race had they done, I think, really what they should have done. But, like, God, Latifi just wrecking his car and really throwing this race into just absolute chaos from this point on. Like, literally, we jumped from lap 21 almost to the end of the race. Now, at this point, Lewis is up 12 seconds on Max Verstappen, 26 seconds over Sergio Perez in third. Like, just, I mean, you kind of have to wonder, you know, is it fair that, you know, they threw the safety car out and then, you know, and then eventually went back to racing when it was all still kind of really jumbled up, and, you know, just go back and watch my video. Like I said, card up in the upper right-hand corner. I've reimagined this at least the you know, the best way I could. So please watch that.
Has crashed, and I think that is at turn 14. That will be a safety car, and coming into the pits, Max Verstappen, Hamilton.
But it's smart here that Max does
Verstappen coming
pit.
into
I
the
will
pits,
give him credit.
I would imagine
It was smart for him to pit,
waiting for it,
knowing
to
that
go onto
Hamilton
that Red Bull
didn't.
car. Yes, it is.
Will we get any more racing laps or not? What jeopardy at the end of this Grand Prix, the end of this World Championship.
And I think if I remember correctly,
will there
Latifi's
be
tires
any more racing laps?
were
If
just
there are,
gone
then
at that point,
Verstappen
and that's what
has
sent
got
him, you know, the back end like
to
it did.
really do something with them.
And lapped cars will not be allowed to overtake.
It's not mandatory in the regulations, which leaves Verstappen with a lot of work to do then.
Lap cars will not be allowed to overtake.
Yeah, of course. Typical decision.
It's classic.
I'm not surprised.
He says that, but I mean, even Martin Brundle says, I mean, they're not obliged to have to move them out of the way. Like, I mean, do you want to go racing? Yes. May have been a good idea not to, you know, to have the lapped cars overtake. Like, I mean, you wanted to go racing. You know, unfortunately, that may be, you know, the thing to do.
Why aren't we getting these lap cars out of the way?
Just give me, because Christian, just give me a second. Okay, my big one is to get this incident clear.
Is the safety car coming in this lap? We think it could do.
Lapped cars to overtake the safety car. So Norris and Alonso and Ocon and Leclerc.
I don't agree. So I will say I don't necessarily agree with them now calling for the lapped cars to overtake. Like, with basically a lap and a half to go, like, you've already made your decision. Like, you should have made it the lap before, or even, you know, at the beginning of this. If there was any chance that you could potentially go back to racing, you should have automatically gotten the lapped cars out of the way and gotten them back to the tail end of the lead lap or whatever lap they were on. So I don't agree with this waiting till the very last second. So this is one of the mistakes that was made by the stewards and by Michael
And it's
Massey.
ending. And it's ending. Wow.
So, There's confusion, but the safety car is coming in at the end of this lap. So those back markers allowed to overtake the safety car.
Michael, this isn't right.
Toto sounds like such a whiny little baby
and Max Verstappen
here.
Side by side. Hamilton,
And I'm glad they've
ahead.
stopped
Verstappen
this.
is absolutely desperate to get on with this on that soft compound.
I am so
tire.
glad
We're
that
gonna
they've
have
stopped
one lap
this.
of
This is
racing
so
to decide
stupid.
the championship in 2021. Hamilton has the advantage. Verstappen has the faster, fresher tires, and we have got 3.2 miles of racing action all the way to the checkered flag as the crowd
It's such a-
roll the drivers on to
I'm
the final
really
lap of this
glad
race.
that they got
And
back to
Verstappen
racing, but
sets up
just
to
so
Hamilton.
much
Is it going to be
cluster,
a first world championship
screw,
for Verstappen?
you
Is
know,
it going to
this
be an
just-
eighth
it
world
was so
championship
messed up.
for Lewis Hamilton? Where can Verstappen try and get past Hamilton? First overtaking zone is normally down into turn 5. Is Verstappen far enough back? He's going to make the lunge down the inside. Hamilton sees him coming. It's a late lunge by Verstappen.
I mean, it was a
Takes the
great
lead of the
move by
race.
Verstappen. I will give him credit.
Now snatches the
You know,
championship trophy from Lewis
Hamilton knew
who's
he
trying
was
to
going to
fight
be
back.
going there.
No DRS.
That's my other problem, is the weaving on the straight. We hear so many times about the stewards complaining about weaving on the straight, and Max goes to do it here. It's so weird. There's just so many mistakes here made by the stewards and allowing certain things and not allowing certain things. Like, it was so messed up. It really was. It was a comedy of errors that day. It really was.
Now he's going to go down the outside. If Verstappen keeps it tight and neat, but he hasn't, he's gone a little bit wide.
This race.
It was smart by
started with
Lewis
controversy,
there
has ended
to
with
make the move he
controversy.
did.
No, Michael, that was so not right.
Here comes Lewis Hamilton, though.
He
Down
does.
the
He
back
sounds
straight.
like
He's
such a
got
whiny baby,
slipstream.
but
He almost
like
touches
Lewis made a
Verstappen.
really good
He
move
almost
there to
made
make him
contact
think he was
into
going to
turn
go on
nine.
the inside
Verstappen
right then
stays
and there.
ahead of Lewis Hamilton, of all the drama, of all the controversy, of all the magic moments
Dropped it
in Formula
half a
1 in
second
2021.
behind
It comes down
in
to
that
this.
one banked
And at
corner.
this
I think
moment,
it's
it
corner
looks like it's
12.
going to go the way of Max Verstappen. Mercedes.
I mean,
not happy.
I mean,
Red
the
Bull
thing
will
is
be delighted. They have
you've got to
shared
think about
a
it.
brilliant
Max is on
championship battle,
a newer
but
set
the
of tires, whereas
championship can only
Lewis
be
was
won by
on
one, and it's
a
coming Dutch in
way
2021.
out-used
Max
set of
Verstappen, for the
hard
first time
compound
ever,
tires.
is
Like,
champion of the world.
this was expected to have happened. I mean, you know, with Lewis on such crap tires at the end, Max had a huge advantage.
Lewis Hamilton finishes in second place after leading for so long.
Oh my Lord, Max! Oh my God!
Like, I mean, he has every right to celebrate it. I'm not gonna, tell him he shouldn't have celebrated it, but
The bubbles and the sparkling
Like, it
stuff
just-
to celebrate as a Formula One World Championship for the first time. The
there were a
chapter
lot of things
has
that-
ended. I hope
there were a lot of things that I think the stewards could have done differently and to make it a lot more fair for both drivers and really make it a, fight to the end that was fair. And, I know that Max fans are going to be like, oh, it was fair, blah, 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 blah. No, it wasn't. And you guys all know better. I'm not going to put an asterisk by his championship. He won it. There's nothing more we can do at this point. Nobody's going to go back and change it. You guys can keep whining and crying. Nobody's going to change it. It is what it is. We have to live with it now. So that's it. But let me know your thoughts about the 2021 Abu Dhabi Grand Prix in the comment section down below. Also, let me know what else you guys would like me to react to in the comment section down below. As always, slap a like on this video for more daily and weekly Formula One content. We have got so much content to now put out once the season ends this Sunday. Tier list will be coming out, ranking the races, all sorts of fun stuff we'll be doing in that week after the season ends. But guys, also subscribe to my channel if you guys are new for all that daily and weekly Formula One content. There is going to be a ton of it coming out during the off season, and I'm hoping I may get to do a video in the next day or so as well you know, announcing the second Haas driver. There's talks that should be announced this week. I'm going to do a Sebastian Vettel greatest moments reaction video as well this week. So, you know, subscribe to my channel if you guys are new to catch those videos, guys. But thank you guys so much for watching this video. And guys, for the American F1 fan, I'm Eric Ringel, signing off.